Fæger, combining fashion and our heritage. Hello, my name's Sophie Hamilton and I'm studying on my final year of FDA, Fashion Retail and Enterprise. One of my major projects this year was to create a business and produce branding and packaging for it. My Geordie heritage is something close to my heart, as well as empowering women and producing awesome designs. Therefore, I produced the concept for Fæger. Fæger is dedicated to Newcastle and the history of our ancestors. The word Fæger is taken from the Saxon language that many of our ancestors would have spoken, and it translates to beautiful. This is the USP, or the unique selling point, and brand philosophy for Fæger. The brand is inspired by Newcastle's rich history of architecture, the many inspiring generations of people who've lived in the city, and the water that flows from the Tyne and into the oceans. My idea was for customers to be inspired by bravery and ability of our ancestors, and to draw on their experiences to become strong and independent women. Heritage, family, and the home is close to the heart of Fæger, and the brand draws on these life lessons of our ancestors and reflecting on these perhaps create new traditions for our families, as well as celebrating the best existing traditions. Fæger is a hope for influence on a new generation of girls and women. The brand consists of beautiful and comfortable designs that are also environmentally friendly. One of my ideas was for the brand to partner up with a local environmental charity to help preserve the environment for many generations of Geordies to come. The brand is unique in the sense of being inspired by the local area and the local women, and then this information being translated into stunning lingerie and garments that can be worn to relax in the home. This is one of the mood boards that I created when I was coming up with the concept for the business. I looked online for ocean-inspired imagery and also vintage-inspired images. I take a lot of my own photographs in the local area, particularly of the architecture. I have used two of my own images here, as well as on other mood boards in the outcomes of the project. The second mood board images are all my own photography. I wanted to pair these images alongside the motto for Newcastle's coat of arms. It translates to triumphing by brave defence. The seahorses on the coat of arms were also a huge inspiration on the brand, particularly for the logo I created. The first set of drawings here was one of my concepts for the Fæger logo. I decided that this wasn't appropriate for the type of customer I wanted to target with the brand. The second logo I drew was a simple line drawing of a seahorse. I found this one looked far more sophisticated, wasn't too over the top, and it was nice and simple. This is where I was experimenting with the placement of the brand name on the logo with different fonts. I also added the Pantone references for the colours used. This is the final logo I selected. I used the simple line drawing and placed the text alongside the seahorse. I also decided to have a black variant of the logo as well as a teal variant. This is the marketing matrix I created to show the market level of Fæger. I decided to make it a mid-range brand of medium quality. To compare it to other brands, you can see brands at the top of the matrix that are of high quality and high price, such as the designer diffusion ranges sold at Flannels. You can see lower price and lower quality brands at the bottom of the matrix, such as the bargain fast fashion pieces sold at Primark. This is a SWOT analysis of Fæger. As you can see, some of the strengths of the brand are that it's niche, the product is relevant to the current market, it will appeal to local people as there's a gap in the market for a Newcastle-based themed lingerie and loungewear, and the garments are both good quality and also environmentally friendly. Some of the brand weaknesses are that there is a limited customer base as the local theme might not appeal to people who live outside of the northeast. The higher price point might be off-putting to some people. The higher prices although would be necessary to make up for the small customer base and to produce high quality garments. Also, the company would be starting at a time when the economy is weak and people don't have very much disposable income for fashion purchases. Some opportunities for the brand could be creating social media accounts to promote brand awareness. The collaboration with the local charity, and Fæger could potentially collaborate with another local company to produce some environmentally friendly packaging. Potential threats to the business could be that people just aren't interested in the local history theme of the brand. The colour palette and designs may not cater to a wide range of tastes, and also the collapsing economy could threaten the viability of the business before it's even taken off. This is the colour palette I created for the range plan. I found vintage glass and ocean themed images online and added my own photography and logo to the mood board in order to extract some appropriate colours for the brand. I wanted to stick with soothing and relaxing tones, as well as making sure there's plenty of ocean and water related colours such as blues and greens. I looked at a map of the local area and looked into local street names to potentially name the designs after. I also looked at the narrow alleyways throughout the city centre known as chairs. This word comes from the Saxon language too, and thought it would be very appropriate for the brand. This is the final range plan I designed. As you can see, the brand is focused on comfortable lingerie and loungewear that has sporty vibes and goes well with the colour palette. The names come from areas in the city centre, as well as some of the famous bridges and statues that can be found in Newcastle. This is some of the technical flats that I created to show some design ideas for potential packaging for Fæger. I tried out some different options for luxury cord shopping bags and boxes. I had 2 sessions in the print workshop in the Mandela building where I am based on campus. I experimented with different materials, sublimation dye, and the heat press. I also printed some designs on the vinyl cutter and green glitter vinyl and applied these to a t-shirt and vest top. I also visited the 3D workshop and created some swing tags with the laser cutter. This is the final outcome for the packaging. I went with a luxury card bag and box, some organza pouches, and a laser cut swing tag, all featuring the Fæger logo. This is a photo from the photo shoot I created whilst wearing the t-shirt I made in the print workshop. Due to the COVID restrictions at the time, it was easier to model for this myself. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you all enjoyed hearing about my business idea and seeing my designs.